Hello everyone, this is Dr. Sunita M. Today we'll solve few more examples on a DFA, that is deterministic finite automata. Okay. First example, construct a DFA that accepts all strings which ends with AB. Okay. Here, which ends with AB means what? What will be the length or else possible strings, length of the strings? First, let us write what are the possible length of strings for this. Okay. As it says that it should end with AB. Okay, we'll start with AB only. Okay. It starts with A, ends with B. Then what are the again possibilities? It can be AA, AB, BA, AB, okay, ABAB, AAA, AB, BBB, AB, okay. So like this, but that should end with AB. So how many states we need to represent this? To represent only AB is 3 states. Let us draw now. Okay, Q0, Q1, Q2, A, B. Okay, so this is how we are starting with AB. Okay, as they said is it ends with AB, so we require 3 states. So here, which is the start state? Q0, and which will be the final state? Q2. How we are going to represent this is with a double circle. Okay, final state is with a double circle. Okay, now we should check for the other possibilities, because DFA is what? From one from one state with one input symbol, it should reach to only one state. But all the possibilities we need to check, because there are 2 input symbols, right? It is A as well as B. We cannot check for only one input symbol because here A is there, right? We should not stop checking for B. So possibility is that it can start with B also, right? So how we should draw if it starts with B? Because first AB is, this is satisfied. Okay, if it is 3 ABs, that we'll check later. So first, from each state 2 input symbols are there or not, we need to check. Okay, Q0 A is finished. And what about B? Where we should take a B, transition B. If we take a loop as a B, here, see, loop indicates that it may or may not. Okay, if B comes, we can take this loop. If it won't comes, we can go with A. So Q0, A is done, B is done, right? Next for Q1, okay, we'll check for Q1. Q1 B is done. Okay, Q1 B is done. And what about A, where we should take the transition, that is input symbol A? Is it possible for us to take A here? Q1 A? No, because see here, already 1A is there. To reach to the final state, again if 1A is there means this A and 3A. To reach to the final state, odd number of A's should be there here. If even number of A's comes, then this is not going to work. Understood? So if odd number of A's are there, we cannot go with this. Odd number of A's are there, we can go with this. But possibility is that even number of A's can also come. So this A should not be here. If we take a loop here, just check. It may come for odd number of A's as well as even number of A's if we take a loop. Understood? See, 1A, okay, as it is ending with A, this 1A is already there. Again, if there are more number of A's, but it should end with AB only. So we can take with this loop, may or may not again. Loop indicates that it may come or may not come. It may, we can take A or else not. So loop indicates n number of A's, may or may not be. Okay, Q0 AB is over, Q1, AB is over. Now left is Q2. So what is the condition given? It should end with AB. If we take a loop here as A comma B for Q2, what are the possibilities if we take a loop? Loop indicates that may or may not. Okay. If it comes, then how? A is here. Okay, already AB is there. Again, if it comes AB, or else take only A, but it is ending with A, it should not be there. Again, if it comes B, it should not be there. Hence, AB loop we cannot take here. A, just check here. What happens if we take A here? Okay, see B. Again, after B, if A comes, we can go here to Q1, but it should end with AB again. So, A, B. Ending with AB, right? Okay. So, Q2, A is over. And what about B? Is it possible for us to take a B here only? If we take B, what happens? Possibility is that A, B, B, B. It is ending with BB, which is not given in the condition, right? Hence, we cannot take a B here. Okay. Where we should take a B then? Check here B. Okay. See A, this A, B. If it takes Q2 takes B, then we can go with this. Okay. B here. Okay. B here. And it should end with AB. To reach to the final state, again it takes A and B. It is ending with AB. Or if it takes, after coming to Q2, if it takes A, it can go to Q1, right? And to reach to the final state, it is going to take B. Here what is happening? Again ending with AB. So all the possibilities we need to check, and from each state, both the input symbols should be there in a DFA. Okay, check now these possibilities. Strings we have taken, right? Length. Three A's and one B is there. 1A, 2A, 3A. Right? Then B. As it is ending with AB. This is also satisfied. Next, check with BAAB. Okay. B, A, A, B here. It is reaching to the final state, and condition given is it should end with AB. Next, check with this ABAB. A, B. Again A, B. It is ending with AB. So like this, we should check for all the possibilities of the strings. Okay, but it should end with AB. Now next, what we need to write? This is the transition diagram given for this condition. Write all the 5 tuples for this. What are the 5 tuples again? Transition diagram, start state, final state, capital Q, and input symbol. Right? Okay. Inputs. What are the inputs here we are going to use? A comma B. Okay. So input symbols we are going to use is A comma B. And what is start state here? Start state is Q0. Okay. And what is final state here? Q2. Okay. And what is Q, capital Q? Capital Q indicates what? How many states we are going to use in this transition diagram. So Q0, Q1, Q2. Right? How many states are there? 3 states. Now like next left is transition. So directly I'll write the transition table. Okay. What are the input symbols? A comma B. Then how many states are there? Q0, Q1, Q0, Q1, Q2. Okay. States as well as input symbols. Okay. So Q0 on A, where it is going? Q0 on A. That is Q1. Okay. Next, Q0 on B. Q0 on B, where it is going? Q0. Q0 on A is Q1. Alright. Q1 on A is Q1. Q1 on B is Q2. Q2 on A is Q1. Q2 on B is Q0. So this is how we need to write the transition table for the given transition diagram. Okay. Next is to check whether that particular string is accepted by the transition diagram or not. Okay. We'll take one possible this. Okay. String we'll take is any string. Okay. B, 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 A, B, A, B. Okay. Now check this. We'll start with Q0 because start state is Q0, right? AB, AB. Okay. Q0 on B is what? See, it is easy for us to write the states from the transition table. Okay. So Q0 on B is what? Q0 only. Okay. Next Q0 on B. Q0 only. Q0 on B again Q0. AB, AB. Okay. Next Q0 on A is what? Q1. Just check the transition table or else the transition diagram. Q1 on A is what? Q1. B, A, B. Right. Next Q1 on B is what? Q1 on B is what? Q2. That is AB. Q2 on A is what? Q2 on A is Q1 on B. So Q1 on B is what again? Q1 on B is Q2. Which is what? A final state, right? Hence, this string is accepted by this transition diagram. Okay. We'll solve the next problem. Okay. Construct a DFA that accepts all strings which contains AB as a substring. Substring means what? First, substring is nothing but what? Here they have said this AB. So AB should be present anywhere. It can be at the starting or at the middle or at the end. But after A should come is B. So AB compulsory should be there. After A should be B, or else it can be anywhere. See here AB. Just we'll write the what are the possible strings. Okay. We'll start with AB itself, or else AA, B, AB. Anywhere it can be. AB can be at the starting or at the middle or at the end. Right. So it can be anywhere. That is nothing but what called as substring. And how to draw this transition diagram? How many states we need required to draw this? 3 states again, because 2 input symbols, right? That is AB. So Q0, Q1, Q2. A, B. This is what? Start state again. Okay. So what they said is substring. So AB can be anywhere. Either it can start with AB, or else in the middle it can be AB, or else at the end it can be AB. Remaining all, how many A's it comes, or else how many B's it comes, it can come. So how to draw now? See here. See Q0, A is finished, right? So what about B? We can take a loop, because string may start with B. See here. Okay. So loop indicates that may or may not. So it can take with B. It can start with B, right? If it takes A, already A is there. But if it starts with B, then from where it should go? So I have taken a loop. So B, Q0, A is over, B is over. And what about Q1? Q1, B is done, right? Next, if it takes A, then how? Is it possible for me to take a here again? What happens if I take a here? Q1 to Q0. Again, odd number of A's should be there to reach to the final state. If even number of A's, then this won't work for the even number of A's. Hence, I'll remove. We should not take that. So possibility is that we can take a loop A here. Yes. So loop indicates that may or may not. So if it comes, see, if we don't take this A loop A also, this AB is there, that acts as a substring. Or else if n number of A's after this A's are there, this we can take, and AB is there to reach to the final state. This is Q2 final state. Okay, because as this is represented in a double circle, hence that is called as a final state. Okay, so Q1 AB is over. Next, what about Q2? Q2 can be anything again. We can take it as a loop. Again, if we take here, what are the possibilities that again to reach to the final state A, B. Then again possibility if a B comes here, then how? BB, it is ending with BB. So don't consider here. Okay, just take a loop. A comma B. Already this A is there, this B is there. So already A, B acts as a substring here, right? So this is a substring here. Here after this, here if it comes n number of A's, n number of B's here also no problem. Already A, B is occurred here. So this is how you need to draw the transition diagram. Okay. And next, what are the tuples for this? Again, write all the 5 tuples. Transition diagram, Q naught, capital Q, F. Then what are the input symbols here? We are going to use is A comma B. Next, Q naught is, what are the start state here? Only one state, that is Q naught. What is the final state here? Q2, because that is indicated with a double circle here. Hence, we'll take that as final state Q2. Okay. Next, what is Q? How many states we have used here? 3 states. That is Q naught, Q1 and Q2. 3 states, right? Okay. Next is write the transition table for this. Here I'll, okay. A comma B, how many states are there? 3 states, Q naught, Q1, then Q2. Okay, in the transition table also you should indicate the start state as well as the final state. Okay, Q naught on A is Q1. Q naught on B is Q naught. Q1 on A, just check this transition diagram. Based on this transition diagram only, we are going to write this table. So Q1 on A is what? Q1. Q1 on B is Q2. Okay. Next, Q2 on A is Q2. Q2 on B is Q2. Right? Again, we need to check for the acceptance of the string. You can take any string. Okay. B, A, B. We are going to check for the language acceptance. Starts with Q naught, right? Here starting point is Q naught only. A, B, B. At the end, it should get, or else it should reach to the final state. So Q naught on A is what? Q naught on A is Q1. Okay. Next, Q1 on A is what? Q1 again. B, A, B. Q1 on B is what? Q2. At the end, it should reach to the final state. Q2 on A is what? Q2 only. Again, Q2 on A is Q2. Okay, so left is only B here. Q2 on B is what? Q2 only. So, we have reached to the final state or not? So, this transition diagram should be such that it should accept all the strings, but in that string, AB should be a substring again. Okay, understood? This is how we need to draw the transition diagram. Write all the 5 tuples, write the transition table, and check for the acceptance, language acceptance. Okay, shall we solve one more problem on this? Okay, see here. Construct a DFA that accepts all strings which begins with 0, 1 and ends with 1, 1. What does this mean? Condition given is which begins with 0, 1 and ends with 1, 1. What are the possible strings here? 0, 1, 1, 1, right? Just we'll write the possible strings. Starts with 0, 1, ends with 1, 1. Means in the middle it can have n number of zeros and n number of ones, but starting should be 0, 1 and ending should be 1, 1. Starts with 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0. Okay, anything. 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Okay, any string you take, if it starts with 0, 1 and ends with 1, 1, in the middle it can be anything, right? So, draw the transition diagram such that it should start with 0, 1 and ends with 1, 1. In the middle it can have anything. Okay, we'll start. How many states we require to draw this? Tell me. Q0, Q1, that is 0, Q2, that is 1, 0, 1 starts with 0, 1 and ends with 1, 1. See here, 5 states we require. 1, 1. Starts with 0, 1, ends with 1, 1, right? Okay. Now, possibility is that it may start with 1. If it starts with 1, then what happens? That is not accepted by this. Condition given is what? It should start with 0, 1. So, if starts with 1, we should check for that possibility also, right? So, we'll take one more state such that it should not reach to the final state. Okay. 0, 1. As this is not reaching to the final state, hence it will not start with 1. So Q0, 0 is done, 1 is done. Next Q1, 1 is done. What about 0? It should not take 0, right? Already 1, 0 is here. Again it can't take 0. So where I should take? Again a dead state. Again a dead state. So Q1, 0 is finished, 1 is finished, right? As this is not reaching to the final state, so this 0 is not considered and this 1 is not considered. So Q1, 0 is over, 1 is over. Q2, 1 is done here, okay. And see, already it is starting with 0, 1. Here Q2, as this is ending with 1, 1, in the middle it can be anything. So Q2, for me, is it possible for me to take a 0 here loop? Yes. We can take a 0 here. It indicates what? May or may not. So, if 0 comes, we'll consider this. If it won't comes also, directly we can go with 1. So, Q2, 0 is finished, 1 is finished. Next Q3, 1 is done. What about 0? Where we should take a 0? Is it possible for me to take a loop here again? If I take a loop here, what does that indicates? After this 1, again 0 comes. Okay. And 1. Again it is ending with 0, 1. Is this satisfied by the given condition? No. Hence we cannot take this here. Then what is the possibility if I take a 0 here? Yes. Because to reach to the final state, okay, 0. Again 1, 1. It is ending with 1, 1. So Q3, 0 is over. 1 is over. Next Q4, what about 0 and what about 1? Is Q4. Q3, 0 and 1 is done. What about Q4 first? Deal with 0. See, if I take a 0 here, possibility is that it may end with 0, 1. We don't require 0 here. Hence, 0, I'll draw here. Q4, 0. So that if this 0 comes, it is ending with 1, 1. Yes. So Q4, 0 is done. What about 1? Consider this as 1. So that After this one, if with 1 comes here, this one and this one, to reach to the final state, it is ending with 1 1. Yes. Okay, this is how you need to draw the transition diagram. Next, to write all the 5 tuples: sigma, start state, final state, how many states are there, then transition. Okay, Q naught is the start state here, which is the start state, again Q naught only. And what is the final state here? Q4. And how many states we are going to use here? 4 states. What are those? Q naught, Q1, Q2, Q3 and Q4. Right? And what are the input symbols we have used here? 0, 1, not A and B. We have used here 0, 1. And transition table, not A, 0, 1. How many states? Q0, Q1, Q2 and Q3, Q4, right? 5 states. So Q0 on 0, Q0 on 0 is Q1. Q0 on 1 is Q5 here, which is a dead state. Q1 on 0 is Q5. Q1 on 1 is Q2. Q2 on 0, Q2 on 0 is a loop here, that is a Q2. Q2 on 1 is Q3. Q3 on 0 is this Q2. Q2. Next, Q3 on 1 is Q4. Q4 on 0, Q2. Q4 on 1 is Q3, which is the start state here, Q0, which is the final state here, Q4, right? Next, just check, take any string and check for the acceptance. 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, right? So starting state is Q0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, because start state is 0, 1 and ending with 1, 1. In the middle, it can be have any string. Okay. Q0 on 0 is what? Q1. It should reach to the final state, that is Q4. After solving this, at last we should get the state is Q4. Q1 on 1 is Q5. Q1 on 1 is again Q5. Q5. Wait. Q1. Q1 on 1 is Q2, right here, Q2. Right, Q2. So Q2 on 0 is what? Q2. Q2 on 1 is Q3. Q3 on 1 is Q4, which is the final state. Hence, we have reached to the final state. Just check whatever the strings we are going to take, whether that is accepted by the transition diagram or not. So, this is how any example they might give and any conditions if they give, we should be able to draw the transition diagram, write all the 5 tuples, write the transition table and check for the acceptance. Okay. Thank you.